I'm on a little hike. There's some snow. It'll probably get a little deeper when I get up higher on the mountain. Plan for tonight, I'm going to set up my ultralight-ish, that's ultralight-ish, not ultralight, winter camping gear. Probably get down into the 20s, maybe lower 20s. Hopefully my summer weight sleeping bag, maybe the poncho liner will give me a little edge on that. I also have my lightest, well, one of my lightest wood stoves with me too. So we'll see how that goes. Let's continue with this. I want to set up camp. The sun's starting, it's just starting to go down a little bit. Well, I've been scouring the side of this mountain here for some chaga, but I didn't find any. But I do have this little hoof fungus. I'll come back. Actually, there you go. I'll take it. So far, no chaga though. Yeah. That's kind of tough. This is what happens when you kind of slack off a little bit. Okay, I'll keep looking for chaga. Some more fungus to. Actually, I can't believe I just said I'm gonna look for more fungus. But that's what I'm doing. I scarf off some of this white birch bark. I'm gonna find a tree with fluffier bark. But right now, better than nothing. Alright, way up this tree. Beside the chaga. It's way up there. I was able to knock out this little chunk. I think it'll be good for the chaga tea. Man, that was not easy. I'm gonna look, see, even cut my hand doing that. Well, a lot of times chaga ends up high. I'm gonna settle for that. It's slippery. I don't feel like falling, getting a stupid piece of chaga. I'll look for something a bit lower. Alright. So there it is. Oh, the chaga to my forage pile. Here's something a little interesting. People always say, these funguses are always soaked and wet. This is like, that's pretty dry. Because it was under that tree. Those leaves down there are dry too. So if you look good enough, you can find reasonably dry stuff. Alright, I need to get a move on it. I'll keep going. I think I'm going to look for some, should be easy, hemlock right there. I'll make some hemlock tea as well. Maybe have a weird tea night. And here's punk wood. Nice, punky, fluffy, dry. I don't know why it's so bone dry. It was had a storm not too long ago, but it is what it is. So punk wood is one of those things where, unlike chaga, you can probably find it pretty much anywhere, as long as it's not too wet. So, punk wood with modified Bic lighter. There it is. Punk wood. Here is some yellow birch. I'm going to take some of that. Maybe we'll do a little firesteel showdown at the camp. We can use some of the funguses, some of the birches, some punk wood. Okay, let me just grab some of this up. And I gotta head. Oh, there's no water for the night, I think. That's going to be good. There it goes. Alright, well, it worked. A little sloppy on my part, but that's the white birch. The yellow birch. There we go. Okay, that's the yellow birch. Not bad, not bad. Okay, we'll try the punk wood. All right, that's punk wood. I can then blow this, I've had a tinder bundle with me. I can then blow this into flames. Heck, I think if I tried hard enough, I could probably blow the punk wood into flames. Let's give it a try. Alright, I've added some more punk wood. There we go. Okay, so that's official. That is a fire by punk wood fire with firesteel. I'll quickly go over my lighter weight winter setup. By lighter weight, I'm not ultralight Graham weenie in here. I almost never do that for winter camping unless I'm looking to test out my skills and freeze, which occasionally I'll do, but not today. On my person is that Blind Horse Knives, wallet, cell phone, do-it-yourself lighter mod, and PSK. The pack is an Argon 85. Moving on over. Closed cell pad. It's kind of like a necessity for me anyways. Black bag, Kifaru Paratipi, and Parastove. I have larger stoves, but that is after all lighter weight. EMS down vest. That's titanium kettle. I think that's made by Snow Peak. GSI cup, little GSI spoon, lighter, actually a headlamp, and a flashlight. Little folding saw, Tyvek ground sheet, some food. Unfortunately, I forgot the pepperoni. That's not very smart. Okay, we have two platy bags. One is full. Go Light poncho. 2 extra pairs of socks. Little Frontier Pro Filter straw. A regular Nalgene wide mouth canteen. I have a fleece pullover coat. Down mat 7 extra short, 10x gloves, waterproof. If you go out without gloves, you're probably going to get cold hands. Extra Bravaka hood, that's for sleeping. That's a V bag. It's down. It's a pound, 14 ounces. I don't know if it's going to be enough for tonight, but I have a poncho liner to help pump that up a little bit. And also, someplace in this mess, there is a very thin, actually super thin DWR nylon liner. It's just a thin piece of nylon basically to help keep my bag cleaner. it doesn't add much in the temperature rating. So that's the setup. Now this area here has no snow. Check out there, there's definitely snow out there. Generally speaking, a spot that's got less snow or no snow and the rest of the area has snow probably has better sunlight. Also, I'm slightly up. I'm not down there. Hey, look, I don't want to pitch a tent or shelter or anything down in gullies. Even if it's a little closer to the water, even if I find a flat spot, cold's going to settle in there. It's not going to be ideally comfortable. On the same token, there's mountains out there. I don't want to go on the very top of the mountain, even if there's a flat area, because I'll be more exposed to pretty much everything you can imagine. So I want to kind of be up a little bit where the air won't settle. Naturally, cold could roll off those hills down into here a little bit, but I can only do so much. So that's the reason why I selected this site. Black ground, good sun. I'm hoping the physical evidence shows why. So, alright, that's my plan. I noticed a big dead Widowmaker style branch right above where I am putting my shelter. This violated my own rule of actually looking around the area first. Now I gotta pack up all this nonsense. I mean, there's spots here, but I have to move. I mean, it's just this big, huge dead branch. I'm just not doing it. So, if you have rules, you have to stick by them. You know, this is not, the ground isn't quite as good. Looks like it's got a little bit of, I don't know, maybe not the world's, I don't know. Okay, I don't see any trees around that look like they're gonna break off and kill me, so I'm moving camp right here. This is a nice spot. Well, I'm on the water run. Wide-mouth canteen. Just gonna scoop it up. I'm gonna boil it, and I'm gonna have the weird tea night. And this water looks not bad. And that, my friends, is why Nalgene makes a wide-mouth canteen. Okay, everything's got kind of a downside. One of the downsides to a small stove is you have to process small wood. Fortunately, though, it doesn't burn that much. So I'm going to process some more. I'm going to keep this little stash right over here. And there's the shelter. So I'm going to continue this and then start the fire. I'm going to start the stove up here using the little lighter. There we go. Not bad. Need a lot of use out of a empty bick. There's one of the cool pros of heated shelter. You've got Puff the Magic Dragon lasting out of your tent. There we are. That is kind of neat. Alright. There's a little tour of my shelter. I'm going to be making soup in there pretty soon. That's the water I got from down the stream. This, look how small this is. I mean, I don't have, well, I have big hands, but not like that. That's what Patrick calls the smallest possible box-sized stove, and I think he's right. The usual food items. My little light, which everyone's seen before. Here's those hoof funguses I gathered earlier today. I'm going to leave them right by the stove to dry up a little bit. So I've got 4 of them, so let them dry. I don't think I'll need them, but always dry your stuff as soon as you can. I'm on a close-up pad, which I plan on sliding under there. Here's the down mat 7 extra short, a little down bag. That's the poncho liner and the little vest. A couple extra clothing items. I'm just going to put them on. Now I have, those are the pants I was wearing with the socks. We're going to leave those on the clothesline. I could put them on once they're dry and just kind of lie there with the, a bit like a blanket, because I don't Now it's well below freezing out, but I'm in shorts because that's how it rolls when you have a wood stove in your tent. And there's my Argon 85, the self-defense mechanism, the knife, and this is the Tyvek. It's kind of a new piece I just cut. It's going to be crinkly for probably around a month or so. And the chaga, which we gathered today, and some hemlock. That's the hemlock, the conifer, not the poisonous weed. That's for the funky tea night. Right, the soup is looking about ready. From stream water to soup. I gotta say, this is, I don't know, I think the whole pack with everything. Last year I had a 42. I think I saved with the ultralight-ish. I think I'm down 37 maybe. Not. I only weigh it once a year to see if I lost any weight on the pack. So that's not bad. With enough water and, well, just enough water to get here, but enough water, definitely enough food for a couple days. Actually enough water for one day, so I can always just keep grabbing it, keep boiling it, so it's kind of infinite supply. So I promised it, and I guess I got to deliver. It's funky tea night. First up is the chaga tea. There we go. Put this down here for 1 second. That looks weird. We're also going with the chaga incense, cooking away on the outside of the stove here. A nice chaggy smell. And of course, this is the chaga chunk I was able to get earlier. Do great effort. Okay, let's see what we got going. Oh, it's still funky and weird. And it's funky tea. It's kind of like a little better this time though for some reason. Maybe it's fresher chaga. I just cut it off the tree. Oh, I'm going to explain it. It's like taking the entire forest, and I mean the entire forest, like the trees, the earthworms, the leaves, and just putting it into a cup. It's not bad. I'm actually going to finish this. It's really not this time. It's still funky, but maybe I did a better job this time. And of course, there's the chaga incense. Putting that aerobic, whatever, aerobic. That's what people do when they flip around. Whatever. Making a nice chaggy smell. So I'm all chagged out. Okay, that's step one of the funky tea night. I'm going to finish this chaga tea. Then we're going to move on over to hemlock tea. You know, it's action packed here. I mean, where do you get this much action from? Nowhere. Funky tea night continues. This is so much fun it should be illegal. Actually, it probably is. Okay, let's all right, I'm just gonna let this get right over here and give it like 10 minutes just to simmer. I used to boil the water, boil the needles. That was not good. Now I just kind of simmer the water, toss it there, let it sit for a while. Okay, we'll get back to that. Funky tea night, tea number 2. Let this soak for a while. Yeah, I'll use a hemlock stick to remove the extra hemlock. Okay. That's good enough. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yep, that's actually pretty good. I think I've got that. That one worked out real well too. I'm calling bushcrafty funky tea night Kifaru stove success.
It's good. Very good. Alright, so for tonight we had the chaga tea and the hemlock tea. Both were an astounding success. Pretty good. Now after drinking all this tea, I'm probably going to have to take a whiz about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll really enjoy getting up and going out in the cold.
I was correct about the sun hitting this general area during the morning. Here's the shelter. Kick leaves around the perimeter so I can trap a little of the heat in there. Inside, little teeny tiny stove. Okay, time for me to pack this up. Maybe I'll hit into the hills. Depends on how fast I can pack this up. Well, that's it for this trip. I'm gonna head out, scamper around these hills, and bail out to the road. Call it a day. It's actually the ultralight sleeping bag wasn't so bad. The poncho liner slipped off the top a couple times, but all in all, wasn't bad. Got in the upper 20s. I wouldn't recommend that for everybody, but between the vest, the extra fleece jacket, and the poncho liner, the bag was able to work. Generally speaking, though, I'd carry a bag rated to the temps so you can deal with. Alright, that's it, and time for me to head out. Thanks a lot for watching.